Hey, hi, hello. My name is dis.cat. This is Project Hardcover. We're letting books be the escape. Howdy! So as you can see, this is not the usual room in which I shoot. This is actually my boudoir. I know it's a little dark in here, but I live in Florida. I get enough light outside. I don't want it inside too. So recently, in my moments of boredom, I've been perusing the booktube, looking at some really awesome booktubers channels and their videos. And in my travels, I have come across an extremely awesome chica. Her name is Catty-tastic. I'll leave her stuff in the description. And the wonderful Catty-tastic did a highly relatable video, at least to me, called Bookish Pet Peeves. And as I was viewing this video, I found myself doing this. Oh, hell yes! Such reactions led me to the decision to make my own pet peeve video. So without further ado, this is what really grinds my gears about books. Number 1, I hate it when a book doesn't state when it is the first in a series. Example, Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. Okay, so I first heard about this when Goodreads was giving away ARCs of it. So of course, I checked it out, read the description, saw the cover, and was like, oh yeah, I gotta get my hands on one of these. Unfortunately, I didn't receive one, but I exercised a little bit of patience, waited until it came out in stores, and just bought one. So here I am, I'm reading this really good book, and I'm totally into it. I'm digging it. It's edgy, it's a little brutal, it's all kinds of dystopia, but in Oz. So cool. And then I get to the end, and guess what? Cliffhanger! Because it's only the first book in a series. But did I know this? No! And do you want to know why? Because it literally says nothing on this book anywhere that says, oh, this is only the first one, there's gonna be more. Seriously, people, how hard is it to put a number or something on a book? Hint, hint, it's not. Thing number 2 on my list has to do with book pricing. Over my many years of purchasing books, I've realized that most books kind of have a normal price range. Your average paperback runs anywhere from $9 to $12, and your average hardback runs anywhere from $15 to $20. And that's reasonable, it's the norm, it's what I'm used to. But then, shit like this happens. I'll be marching in to my local store, whether it be a Barnes & Noble, a Target, a Walmart, just somewhere quick and convenient for me to go pick up a book. I'll be scoping the aisles, looking for my all-time favorite book, a little piece that is known as The Great Gatsby. And I'll happen to find the nice little slim paperback number sitting on the shelf. I grab a hold of it and start caressing it, just dreaming about what it's going to look like on my shelves. And then I look at the price. $15 for a paperback! And seriously, have you seen this thing? It's 180 pages. Not to mention this thing was published in 1925! There is no earthly reason why a paperback, especially a paperback that is this small and this old, should cost $15. Especially when I go to a Barnes & Noble and I see this thing, this massive beast of a thing, which is by the same freaking author. It is a hardback. And it only cost me $6. Like seriously, I don't know how anyone can possibly justify this. This is my friend Lindsay's copy of this book, and it's the one that she used in high school. So it's all written in. I don't want a flimsy written in paperback copy of my favorite book ever. I want a really nice possibly hardback, but even if it's not hardback, just a really nice paperback edition. But no, I can't have one because it did cost me an arm and a leg. Third thing I hate about books is when books put indexes in the front. Example, the Black Dagger Brotherhood series by J.R. Ward. I love this series. It's one of my favorite ones. But I hate having to flip through countless pages to get through a glossary. I don't know why. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. They go in the back. They're always in the back. Fourth thing I hate about books is movie covers. Example, The Spectacular Now by Tim Tharp. I think I'm like a lot of people. You know, a big deciding factor on whether or not I'm going to read a book is whether or not the cover caught my eye. And when I saw The Spectacular Now on Goodreads, it had such a nice cover. It was unique and interesting and eye-catching, and it made me want to click on it and read the blurbs. And I did, and I thought it was interesting, and I decided that I was going to purchase myself a copy. So I hopped my little tushy onto Amazon, clicked add to cart, and purchased one of them bad boys, only to receive this in the mail. And let me tell you, if I'd seen this cover on Goodreads, I would have just scrolled on by. I just don't get it. Okay, you're making a book into a movie. That's awesome. You get a movie and you get all that publicity and all that crap. Why do you have to F with the source material? Also, I just find that movie covers are very detrimental to my reading experience. When I read a book, I like to envision the characters myself, use the author's descriptions to help me see them in my mind. But if I get an edition of Twilight with Robert Pattinson on the cover, that wish goes out the window. My firm stance on this topic was just further solidified when I absolutely refused to buy a copy of The Maze Runner by James Dashner with the movie poster on the cover. The reason why this is so affirming is because I am in love with Dylan O'Brien. Yeah, Dylan O'Brien, future husband. Mrs. O'Brien right up in here. And Dylan O'Brien is the star of the Maze Runner movie. So, of course, when they put the movie poster on the book, his face is just gonna be all up in there. And you'd think, what with him being my future husband and all, that I would just be all over that, wanting to have his wonderful, gorgeous, amazing face all over an object that I can just cradle to myself in the deep, dark hours of the night. And yet, I couldn't do it. I could not get a copy of The Maze Runner with the movie poster on it. I had to order one from the internet to make sure that I got one with the original cover. Again, I don't know why. It just messes me up. I like seeing my characters in my head, not in front of my face. Until they turn the books into movies, and then I complain about how they don't look the way they looked in my head. The fifth thing that aggravates me about books: stickers! Yes, freaking stickers! Why do you have to put stickers on my book? Example, this, my really nice hardbound edition of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I know you don't see a sticker on here, but right here, where it's still kind of sticky and tacky, yeah, there used to be a sticker there. It took me at least 5 minutes to scratch and rub and then take a washcloth and try and get that crap off. And it's still sticky. Oh, and that's not even the worst part. There's another one! Just why do you have to put stickers on my book? I want them to look nice and pretty, and your stupid stickers messes that up. Please stop it, please. Sixth thing that I hate about books: when there's a foreign language used in the text that is not either translated in a glossary in the back of the book or in the text somewhere. It is just like one of the most annoying things ever when you're fully immersed in a story and it's so good and you're following this awesome dialogue and then all of a sudden, Sacré bleu, bonjour, c'est savant, blah 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 blah. And then you're desperately searching the next couple of lines looking for, some kind of translation or explanation behind all of that gobbledygook. And there's nothing. I mean, I know reading makes people more cultured and it can teach you a lot of things, be very educational, but you can't really pick up the entire French language by reading a bunch of YA. How do you know that everyone in your target audience speaks that language as well as the one that the book is written in? Oh, that's right, you don't! So instead of confounding your reader and totally messing up the ambiance and the awesome setting and just environment that your book has created for them, why don't you simply just either explain what your characters just said in their foreign language somewhere nearby in the text, or put a glossary in the back of the book? The seventh thing that ticks me off about books is, and I can't even believe this is actually a thing, tearing the covers off of used books. God-awful examples! My copy of Matched by Ali Condi and my copy of Lock and Key by Sarah Dessing. So yeah, I picked these babies up at a, hand-me-down book sale, and of course, they're sitting on their lovely little shelf like this. And of course, from this angle, nothing's really astray. And then I see this. Why the hell would you do this? What point does this serve? So what that I know that it's used? I know it's used. I'm buying it at a used book sale. And it's not like this one hand-me-down book sale was the only place that I've seen do this monstrosity. No, I've seen many places do this. And still, it baffles me every single time. Just why? Why would someone do this? I don't understand. Just why? I just want to know why. Someone, please, if you know why, tell me in the comments, please. This has been confounding me since I picked these things up. And as for why I picked them up, even though I knew that they were in such awful shape, it's because, I saw them like this, and I took them off the shelf, and, I gave them hope. I was looking at them, and I'm like, oh, yay, I'm gonna buy you, I'm gonna take you home, and put you on my shelf with all my other books. And then once I saw them, I couldn't put them back. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. The eighth thing that annoys me about books: when an author's name is bigger on the cover than the title of the actual book. Example, Lizzie's Story by Stephen King. Though, if you were a normal person, you would think that the book was called Stephen King, and then Lizzie's Story, what is that, a tagline? Seriously, I can't tell you how many times I've been perusing books on Goodreads, and I see a cover, and I think that the title of a book is one thing, but then it turns out that that's the author's name. I know, this one's a little silly too, but I don't know, it just bugs me. It just kind of seems really arrogant in some way. Like, I don't care if you know what the name of my book is, as long as you know that I wrote it. But with this baby, I don't so much mind the dust jacket being, a blight on my senses, because, look at this thing. Oh, that is gorgeous. Just bask in that. Bask in it. That's right, soak it up. The ninth thing that annoys me about books is texture change of a cover. Got two examples for this one. Example number one, the Maze Runner series with the Scorch Trials, glossy and shiny, and the Death Cure, shiny, not so glossy. And example number two, the Black Dagger Brotherhood series with Lover Reborn and The King. I just don't get it. Why do you have to disrupt the balance like that? This series in particular, this is the 10th book in this series. There are 10 books in this series that all look like this. They have the schmexy male lead on the cover, and it's shiny, and it's some, bright designated color. And then for the 11th book, which is Lover at Last, she decides to go black, and with this very nice, but just so different velvety textured cover. It's just annoying now. Now I'm gonna have this whole string of books with these nice, glossy, shiny, colorful, bright, covers and spines, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna have the next two books in the series, that have these black and, dull, velvety spines and covers. And I can bet you, with the next book that is coming out in, I believe, April of 2015, it's gonna look just like these. All of a sudden, after doing 10 books the same way, you have to go and mess it up. I don't get it. I don't get it. And finally, the 10th thing that aggravates me about books: giant mass market paperbacks. Example: Sticks by Sherilyn Kenyon, which I believe is the 24th book in the Dark Hunter series. Do you see this thing? It is massive, and it's flimsy, and it's very unstable, and these pages, I swear to God, it's made out of tracing paper. But of course, that's the paper they have to use, because if they use actual good quality thick paper, this thing would be twice as big as it is. And it's already way too big. And it's so tightly bound that look, I have to spread it open to see these words in here in the crease. And you know what doing that's gonna do? It's just gonna crack this spine like an egg. And not in the gentle way that, your favorite books might get, a little ripple on the seam that just shows that, you've read it a whole bunch of times and you just love it so much and you just use it a lot. No, it's gonna split like this. Yeah, it's just holding on by that little piece of paper there. That's just highly unsafe. Why do you do this? You know this isn't going to last. It's not gonna last through one reading, let alone multiples. So seriously, publishers, manufacturers, whoever it is that takes care of this crap, and you have a book that is over 1,000 pages long, do not make it into a tiny ass mass market paperback. And that's it. That's the top 10 things that really grind my gears about books. So what about you guys? Is there anything that I didn't mention that bugs you guys about books? Is there anything that I did mention that bugs you about books that you want to talk to me about? Just leave it down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. And remember, books are the escape. It's blooper time. Further solidified by my... Oh, damn it. I don't know where I'm going with this. Well, I do. I just don't know how to phrase it. I know how to read, but I don't know how to words.
I thought you were going to sleep.
Yeah, that wasn't happening. I know a different thing I'm angry about. People in my house do not know how to close my door. There we go. Order has been restored. My leg's asleep. Someone could stab me and I wouldn't feel it. It's just dead flesh. I can hear it, but I can't feel it. They put his... damn it.